Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Libra for the month of May. Late April, May 2023. So we are in the sign of Taurus, which is an earth, element of earth. And you are in your 8th house, which is the house of receivership, really. It's receiving. It's also the house receiving of money, usually money that's owed to you, that kind of thing. But it's also the house of taboo. It's the Scorpio house, so it's very sort of deep, and issues may come up about sex and all sorts of things, of death, things that we don't talk about because it's just not in our cultural norm, but they may sort of raise their head in this 4 weeks. Energy is 5 of coins, so standing on the outside looking in, feeling a bit, not really the most social that you feel this month. You'll probably just want to be getting on with things, paying attention, or things may raise up, from that 8th house Scorpio energy coming to the fore. Taboos, things that we're not supposed to discuss or talk about sort of become points of discussion, but also you could be receiving money from people that have owed you money, all that kind of thing. So don't be alarmed with the 5 of coins if you don't feel so sociable as well. You just tend to occupy yourself with your own pursuits. Where you are right now. New projects coming in, building new projects, seeds being sown for new projects that will indeed bring you financial gain, starting at the very seed stage of it, watering it, feeding it, growing it, developing it is coming through. For some of you it might be a child that's just come in to the family, a new baby or something like that, birth of new baby, of course an earth baby, as this is coins is earth, could be that, but basically it's about sort of growing new things and really putting the effort into it, because later on it will indeed bring you returns. The influencing card of this new growth here and the rest of the reading is the Wheel of Fortune, so very much a good luck card. It's like the Jupiter card, Jupiter, the planet Jupiter. It's expansive, it brings you good luck. It's also destiny, being very much in where you're meant to be. So seize the opportunity to get ahead this month and start things going, because they will do really well under the auspices of the Wheel of Fortune or the planet Jupiter, indeed. Expansion and growth, but also very much destiny. The background of the situation, which is March, April, so the Aries time, we had moving away from a relationship that was kind of a bit contained, just swimming around and round in circles, not really going anywhere, just repetitive, cyclic type of energy where you just had to step away from it for a bit because it just wasn't, as I said, going anywhere. Doesn't mean to say you've got to throw it out and end it. It's just about taking a step away from it, because there's, whatever that person or the other person involved, that's sometimes we need to step away in order for them to be able to grow without sort of constantly being like a codependent in the situation. So that energy is still hanging around, and you were in your 7th house of relationships last month, so that has a lot to do with that too. So you will know, Libra, what that exactly means to yourselves individually. Recent influences, standing up for yourself, really standing up for yourself and saying what you mean, rather than saying, oh, I won't say anything, and then you sit there thinking, I should have said something. It's about really being sort of using your voice and saying, actually, no, I don't agree with you people. This is what I think. Or if you've been in a situation where you feel like you've been shouted down, it's time to stop. This card comes in and you have to sort of stand your ground, or at least look at it and understand that, you know, you're just on the back foot there, and you have to start to be a bit more forthcoming with what you think and stand up for yourself. Very competitive too. So in that kind of environment, one must have the voice. The lesson you'll be learning. The soulmate card. So soulmates too, interestingly enough, in the 8th house, this is a lot of soulmates sort of area too, with the 2 of Cups, that connection card. And these 8th house, sex and relationship, all those sort of intimacy, all that comes up. So that is definitely a very much an 8th house card, where you have to sort of look at that and where that's going for you, what's lacking, what isn't lacking, and actually have some discussion there. That's a part of the story of the 8th house as well. So very interesting. And for some of us, it's a bit, oh, you know, I don't really want to do that. But it's kind of a necessity at this time to be able to speak up and stand up for yourself, to clear away that whatever there might be a misunderstanding somehow there in your with your intimacy issues with your significant other. Near future. And we have your card, the Libran card, for justice, balance, very much balancing time with the Libran justice card coming in, all sorts of legalities coming in. So indeed, if there are, you know, money's owed to you, this justice definitely is a card which is very positive in terms of that, because it will say, yeah, well, it's just and it's fair that you get what you're owed, and people pay their bills or whatever. So that's a really positive card for you coming into about the 2nd week of May, to sort of say justice will be served. What's happening that you're not realising? Queen of Cups, so very, once again, because you are in the 8th house and it's governed by Scorpio, very intuitive this month. A time to sit back and just take it all in. It's a receiver card as well, so very much waiting for things to come to you, being very intuitive about what's been going on there, listening to people, very important part of communication. A lot of us skip over the listening bit and just tend to think communication's just talking and telling, but it's also 50% is listening. So very much a listening card coming in this month for you, and very very sort of strong in terms of your using your intuition. How others see you. There he is, the King of Swords. So very much in the armour, there, Libra. Why are you behind that? Why are you wearing that armour? What are you protecting yourself? You're very good with communication, this written word, the spoken word, all that kind of thing. You're very masterful at these things, but sometimes it sort of belies inside of that armour is a completely different person. So it's about looking about how you project yourself and why. If you saw that person walking down the street of your town or city, you'd wonder why on earth they were wearing all that. So it's a very interesting question. So this is how others see you, perhaps protecting your inner self from something, from the outside world maybe, but also the 8th house tends to expose these kind of, or lets us kind of think about or have that inner dialogue with ourselves about why we are as we are, with the King of Swords. positive feelings. The Five of Cups, someone from the past coming back in, someone that's thinking about you and you're feeling positive about this. They're thinking about you, you're thinking about them. There's been some sort of disagreement in the past that's kept you apart somehow. This is the return of this person or other people as well, because you're in the 8th house. Once again, it's very much a Scorpio card as well, where we can sort of forgive people for their misdemeanors before or things that were said and done. It's almost a time of, the full circle comes around. Even if they don't reach out or you don't reach out, it's about sort of trying to sort of sift your way to an apology or an understanding that was then and this is now. But it's easier to forgive than to hold on to anger, because you're the one that gets burnt. But you're well aware of that, Libra. The final card, the Empress, the beautiful Empress card. Abundance coming in. Could be pregnancy in the family. Your mother, could be something about your mother coming in. But overall, very female, strong female energy here. Very abundant, very fertile, beautiful image. It's about how your children look at you as a mother, or how you look to your mother. So that comes in, because once again in the Scorpio time, this is all relevant. Children are born, all those kind of things, with birth and sex and all, how that all sort of links in together, the Mother card. But it's a beautiful card to end on, I must say, Libra. Let's have a look at your message. It is peace, compassion, forgiveness. Those are the real ultimate sources of powerful peace and success in life. By cultivating peace, the profound universal wisdom within you will rise above greed to practice generosity, wisely transform hatred into acceptance and anger into loving kindness. There you go. Thanks so much for listening, Libra. Have a wonderful month.